This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first preseason game preview on Dolany TV for the 2019-2020 Edmonton Oilers NHL season. And let me tell you, I am right pumped to get this going. A 7 o'clock game time at Rogers Place in Edmonton this evening against the, well, we'll get to it, Winnipeg Jets. I was going to say the very good Winnipeg Jets, but I'll leave that up to your opinion in a matter of moments. So for the Oilers, it's going to be, of course, the number one line will be Nuge, Neal, and Gagner, and the line I already talked about yesterday that we've seen in camp. We're going to see tonight, and we're going to see how effective it is throughout the game if it sticks together. That is, might I add. But for right now, guys, what I want you to do is, I had something I wanted to remind you about, but that's besides the point at this point. We'll figure it out as time goes along. But what I want you to do right now is give me two things. Your score prediction for tonight's game against Winnipeg, before or after you see the lineup for Winnipeg, and of course if I should be streaming this one. Guys, I don't know if it's going to be streamed on YouTube. I don't want to infringe if it is, so keep that in mind. If you know it's streamed on YouTube, just keep it chill. The other side I need to tell you is the fact that this game will be streamed on Twitter, Facebook, and EdmontonOilers.com. Regional restrictions apply, apparently. Who knew? I didn't even know you could do that on Facebook, Twitter. Definitely double check. Maybe it doesn't apply there. I don't know. With that said, let's get to it, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button because you'll get all the latest Oilers information. I promise you, as long as I don't take an off day. Let's get to it. The Oilers lineup for this evening. For a morning skate, and the lineup looks like this for Dave Tippett's first game behind the Edmonton Oilers bench in a preseason action contest. As I promised, Neal, RNH, Gagner on the top line. Dandy. And yes, boss man, if you're seeing this video's up too early, I did get blood work done. They just hustled me through because I guess they like getting things done on Monday here in Alberta at Calgary Laboratory Services. Shout out to them for good treatment. Jujhar Khaira, Sheehan, and Archibald on that second line. Guys, that's a possibility to be our third line next year. So you kind of see how maybe they're resting up Draisaitl, McDavid, Kassian for this one and shuffling everyone up. Now you got it. And then to kind of continue that trend, maybe this is exactly what I'm talking about. Nygaard, Haas, and Chiasson on that fourth, third, you get where I'm going line. So who's really to know what to call it tonight? It is a third line, and it could be very damn well, if all three impress throughout the preseason, our third line to begin the year anyway. Benson, Cave, Russell, that is Patrick Russell, on the fourth line tonight. Patrick Russell, Colby Cave, just trying to fight to stay in the depth conversation. Stay in that 13th, 14th, first, second, third call-up from Bakersfield conversation. Colby Cave was our third-line center, didn't do anything with it last year. Absolutely sped up the pace of Lucic in a couple games, but that's mind-numbingly stupid if that's an achievement, so we'll just we'll leave that one where it lay. Oh, boys, we get to it. The next thing on the list is the defense, and this is a pair we've already talked about several times over on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere there is discussion for the Oilers online. We have talked about it, in essence, as Oilers fans. Clefbaum, Persson, well, guess what? They get their chance to see what two Swedes hook up. Larson's done it too. With each other and see what kind of results we can get. Persson, kind of that guy who's kind of maybe that top pairing defenseman we didn't know we had. Maybe. Tonight we got to find that out for the first time, if maybe it's true or not. And then you've got Jones, Benning. Guys, this is very well the third pair for the Edmonton Oilers this year to begin the 2019-2020 season. So look for good things out of them, kind of see what they feature and what they bring to action tonight. Zap, you're on the inside of the door this afternoon, and you're scratching to get out. I don't understand you sometimes, Kat. You really, really aren't the smartest. There she is. She's just hiding behind the graphic. You'll get to her in a minute. And then the third pair for this evening's game at Rogers Place in Edmonton is William Legason and Evan Bouchard. Now, the question might be, why is Evan Bouchard not playing with Clefbaum? Well, guys, I've already explained that, right? They want to try Person there. They're more comfortable with him on the top line than Evan Bouchard, as they very damn well should be at this point of Evan Bouchard's career and where Joel Person fits into the lineup. Now, what you need to know, this says starter TBD. The starter will be the hometown local boy, Stuart Skinner, getting the chance in net. He'll switch halfway through the game with Dylan Wells, and then we'll get talking about who's going to kind of stay in camp and who won't, because we'll then be down to 4 goaltenders, I'm pretty sure, and one goalie will go down and survive the entire Bakersfield camp. So as the Bakersfield Condors actually have an AHL caliber goalie down there to practice against for the rest of camp, and for most of camp, I'd say, because Dylan Wells or Stuart Skinner will be the next 2 chops down, and then Shane Sterrett will earn the backup duties for the starting goaltenders and the backup goaltenders of the Edmonton Oilers, whether it be Koskinen or Mike Smith, any game in the preseason. We'll find out who's starting September 28th. I'm excited to see that one, hopefully Mike Smith. So that's your graphic for the Edmonton Oilers lineup. Guys, a lineup that looks very NHL caliber. Yes, for the first game of the NHL or preseason, this is very NHL caliber. Okay, that's the crazy part, because I'm about to show you what the Winnipeg Jets lineup looks like here, and I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit more, and I'm going to sneak myself over to this side, and I'm going to try and sit properly. I'm going to get Zap over here, and we'll talk about things in a second. It's Eric Comrie and Mikael Burden in net for the Winnipeg Jets. That's an alright tandem. You know what? That's a first game of the preseason kind of tandem. It makes sense. It's all good. Anthony Bietto, then you've got Tucker Poolman, Neil Pionk, then you've got Cameron Sheeling, Logan Stanley, and Nathan Beaulieu. Guys, stop me if you recognize any top 4 defenders for the Winnipeg Jets out of that group. You do not, I do not. The defense is going to be weaker, so that'll play into my theory here in a minute. Brian Little, Mark Letestu, Jack Roslovic, JC Leplon, Logan Shaw, David Gustafson, let me read here, Yuna Luta, and then you've got Andrei Chibasov. Okay, I need to make these words bigger. And then you've got Gabriel Bork, Jansen Harkins, CJ Seuss, and Mason Appleton. Okay, Mason Appleton, I believe, is a highly touted prospect for the Winnipeg Jets. But guys, you've seen the roster. That's the Oilers lineup. Let's just flash this again. Okay, you understand where I'm going with this? Now understand where I'm going with this? Understand, let's get to it, because the discussion here, the point on point, is the simple fact that the Edmonton Oilers, yes, it's only preseason. Yes, it means nothing, but it means everything. And for the Oilers, they should have 4 lines, 3 sets of defensemen, and 2 goalies that should, quote-unquote, be able to walk into this game and know that they're capable of winning no matter what. That's without a doubt. Now, I did put out a video, and you can hold me to it. Don't get too excited over preseason. Don't get too invested, because we've done that years previous and then been let down 2 months into the season. And I very much so caution the same thing this year. Don't get too hyped by preseason. But this is one of those, on paper, if the Oilers play to their caliber, the lines should look good. There should be some really good news and notes for the management team and for the coaching staff to go into the next few games, right? Tomorrow against Vancouver, Thursday against Vancouver, and really start figuring out what this Edmonton Oilers team is going to look like come September 29th, 30th, October 1st, October 2nd, opening night of the regular season, right? There's very good reasons this team should be able to come together tonight. That Neal, Nuge, Gagner line should look solid. I mean, it is the most NHL caliber line out of any line the Jets can really put together. I mean, Jack Roslovic, technically, if he's paired with Brian Little and Mark Letestu, that's a pretty solid NHL line, but still not as solid as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Sam Gagner, and Mr. James Neal. The problem is, yes, goaltending is weaker for the Oilers than it is for the Jets. Eric Comrie is an NHL-tested goalie. Both ours are not. But you take attackers versus defenders in goaltending, and I think very clearly this is a game the Oilers win 6-1, 4-2 kind of deal, right? That there's going to either be that competitive edge to it or it's going to be a blowout. There is really no in between. And for the Oilers, I don't see anyone in the lineup that's going to go out there and punch people in the face. So we don't have to worry about that. We're actually competing for roster spots here. And that means good things for the Edmonton Oilers in my belief of tonight's preseason game. So what I want, like I said off the top, guys, is your score prediction for tonight. And then, of course, if you can tell me if you want me to live stream or not. I'm not sure if I'm sold on it. I have to figure out what's going on tonight. But knowing you guys would want it, that helps the decision making that much, and that much. So guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolany TV. All I gotta say left is let's go Oilers. Game 1 tonight. Let's go get that winning feeling started against the Winnipeg Jets. 7 p.m. at Rogers Place. Guys, enjoy. I am Tyson, this is Dolany TV. I am up on out of here.